Yeah. Here's the sun coming up. Good morning! It's day 124! It's a little windy! Yesterday was good. I had 11 miles to get to town. It was 5 miles in the forest, and then it was on a metal road, gravel road, for another probably 5, and then the last mile and a half was on a sealed road to Seared Valley. Arrived at the cafe and they had a sign saying closed at 11, and I got there at 10:15, so very happy to get there earlier. Had a big breakfast, and then took a milkshake to go afterwards. Went to the RV park where they let you stay, just hang out for the day. You can do laundry and showers. I didn't bother. Picked up a package, did my resupply, and all I needed to buy was 2 Snickers bars because I still had so much leftover food. It's only 2 days to get to Ashland, and I had 2 full days food left over. Yeah, and then just hung out at the RV park, chatting to people, charging my electronics, and then at 5:30 walked another 1/4 mile up the road to a tavern that doesn't actually sell alcohol. They're in the process of getting a liquor license, but had a lovely salad for dinner, and then after dinner started walking, and there was heaps of other hikers who are doing the exact same thing, having dinner and then starting walking, because we had a massive hill. So 10 miles of climbing, so it's 16 kilometers of climbing, fairly steady climb, quite a steep gradient at times, and even on the ridge I'm still climbing, but the views are absolutely amazing. Walked, saw the sun go down, which is beautiful. I found this spot. Camping is very restricted up here, so I cowboy camped for the first time, and it was beautiful. I lay there just looking up at the stars because it was just so lovely. Nice and warm. The wind picked up early hours of the morning, so I had to actually tuck my sleeping bag in around me. And then I woke up this morning to, wow, just beautiful. The hills just layered in shadow. And watched the sun come up on my way. Wind's died down, so I can get my hat back on. So today is potentially crossing the state boundary. Potentially I am crossing from California into Oregon. Wow, it's been a long time in California. It is a big state. I think it's about 28 miles, something like that, to get there. Obviously it depends on the terrain and how I'm feeling. But yeah, I had a nice rest yesterday, doing nothing for the afternoon. Once I'm at the top of the hill, it's downhill and sort of undulating as well. And just stunning views. It's just beautiful. And I can still see Mount Shasta. So looking forward to today. I only just caught it out of the corner of my eye. That was actually a caterpillar. That's cool. It's got stripes, red and something. Yay! Wow, I've only just been walking and I see my first thing. The sun's in the way, but wow. Just so beautiful. It's where I camped. Just in the hollow, it's actually quite hard to see. I just passed Mimi. She's just packing up from sleeping. I'm actually up earlier than her, but she was up later than me. She passed me while I was lying there in my tent. I think that's Little Devil. I go through Little Devil and Mid Devil and around. I can't remember if it's Big Devil. Yeah, so just along the sides of the hills, continuing to climb. Look at these. Got these little teeny flowers. Back, that's Lower Devil's Peak, Middle Devil's Peak. This is Upper Devil's Peak, and that's Kangaroo Mountain. And we're just going around that one. Woohoo! Just had to stop and take my wind jacket off. It's just starting to get a bit too warm climbing the hills, but it's still quite cool. It's quite a cool wind for some reason. Swiss Feet, he left just before me, had to stop and adjust his boots, and now he passed me as I took my jacket off. Feel sorry for him. He's just had blisters the whole time. He's tried different shoes, he's tried boots, he's tried every form of prevention and cure. He's had to go to the doctors, I think he said 3 times, and he just can't get rid of them. So I may do this far into the hike and still having to deal with that. It's just horrible. So I feel sorry for him, but he's just keeps walking through the pain. Yeah, he's fast. Yeah, I'm not sure I'll see him again now that he's overtaken me. But blisters would be absolutely the worst. Kangaroo Mountain. Trail goes up there. Going for a final panorama from this side. Beautiful. Coming along the side, you can see the trail winding around there, and I think we go partially down that ridge line and then that way. Woohoo! Ah. What a lovely way to farewell California. Up high, beautiful views. Stunning. That big mountain, Kangaroo Mountain. Oh wow. Yeah, such a lovely morning this morning. Oop, we're going down. Wandering around, and it's Billy Goat Queen!
It was so good to see her.
So she went and did the
Oregon Coast Trail. Instead, I am a bit afraid of snow, and steep snow is not good for me, at least. I have no mountaineering skills, so I through hiked the Oregon Coast Trail, which is on the along the Pacific Ocean. It was awesome.
Brilliant, and lovely to see you again.
You too.
Happy trails.
Yes.
It's so cool catching up. That's the really good thing about a year where everyone's flipping all over the trail. You get to meet up with people that you hiked with for periods of time and that you met, and yeah, lots of little reunions on the trail, which is really neat. The trail's going up to that saddle, and this is looking out a different direction from last time. It's a mountain. Just stunning. Up down there is Lily Pad Lake. I think it's pretty obvious why it's called Lily Pad Lake. Look at them all. Seen lots of these in yellow. These are the first pink ones. All the way along. Yeah, going along. Cute little homemade signs. Something lake. Echo Lake. And I think that's the trail. Going along there too. Woohoo! Ooh. Big road intersection. And I am looking, there is meant to be a spring somewhere. Aha! I see the trail. Hopefully down here. And here it is. Woohoo! A huge pipe. But it is enough. It's another long stretch after this with no water. Up on the trail. And now I have a big hill. Big, long, sustained hill to get up. But after that, it's more just gentle ups and downs for a while. I've been in another burn area for a while. This time the track's not too overgrown, so it's been quite nice. Looks like I might be clear of the burn area, which is nice. Just going through an open part and then heading into what looks like healthy trees. That'll be nice. So I'm just keeping on this ridge line. Lots of ups and downs, but just small ups and downs. After lunch, whoo, that's what it looks like when the flower's gone. It's quite cool. After lunch I will have a big hill before dropping down, and I think I'm probably about 16 miles from the state line, which is pretty exciting. So I'm going to try and push it and get there tonight, and that leaves just one full day to get to Ashland, where I'm going to take a well-deserved zero. I'm actually finding that my legs are a little tired, especially going on the uphills. So whether it's just because it's been long miles, long days, or if there's some nutrition issues involved as well. Yeah, I don't, that hiker hunger disappeared. So it's even worse that I am really forcing myself to eat during the day, to eat the snacks, and really not enjoying a lot of the snacks. Finding them just too sweet. So I'm going to have a look in Ashland and see if there's a drink option, a drink powder option, that will give me sort of the same calories that the bars have been giving me, and maybe that'll be easier for me to get down and keep my calories up, because I don't think I'm taking in enough calories, even with trying to force the food in. I think it's still not enough. So that could be what the tiredness in my legs is. It could be, unfortunately, my body's starting to eat into the muscle. So yeah, definitely something to look at in Ashland. I've had my lunch now, had to force the food in, just wasn't hungry. So I was sitting there just chewing mechanically, trying to get food into me. yeah, now the rest of the day, well, I slowly start climbing now. Climb for quite a while, but a relatively gentle climb. And then there's some ups and some downs. Nothing special, just continuing on, mainly on the sides of the hills. There's been these occasional rocky areas, which is a nice bit of variety. Just caught up to an older gentleman going up that last hill. He had a teeny weeny pack. He's definitely ultralight. He is a through hiker. And I gave him a fright. I try so hard to try and, subtly give people warning before I actually say something to them, to try and sort of let them know that I'm coming. But, I start clicking my poles on the rocks and make my footsteps a bit more obvious, and then when I'm about 5 meters away I'll say good morning or good afternoon, and I also time it. I make sure they're not on any rough terrain, so if they do get a fright they don't trip over. But even doing all of that, still end up giving people a fright. Especially on a hot day like today, where after lunch you're quite lethargic, and generally you're daydreaming, drifting off, zoning out. Poor guy just got a fright. So still climbing this hill, but I'm pretty sure I'm pretty close to the top of this hill, and I'll go down a little bit and to a spring to get some more water, because it's really hot. I'm really lucky today, mainly been in the shade, so it's only occasionally coming out, but even the shade, it's still warm today. Looks like a pretty old sign, and that PCT, yeah, that's pretty old too. Just walking on the ridgeline. Some are trees, some open. There's that mountain again. I don't know if it is Shasta. It's weird, it's hard to tell. Open areas, there's almost no vegetation, just this one little flower. Just big and open. The spring that I fill up at, just a trickle of water. Alright, and I have 4 miles to go to the state line. I can hear cow bells, and thankfully the Gut Hooks comments have said that there are cows with cow bells, so it's not my imagination. I am actually hearing cow bells, and they are attached to cows. Somewhere way down there though, so I can't see them. It's echoing in the valley. This is the Donomore Bridge over the Donomore stream in the Donomore Meadows. And this means there is only 1 mile to go. Woohoo! Still a mile uphill, but that's alright. Ooh, there's an old shed up there. Old cabin, rather. Right, still getting closer. It's funny, I don't remember seeing in anyone's videos of them crossing the border, them being a hot sweaty mess after climbing a hill for 2.5 miles. I thought it was flat, but no, you have to climb up to this one. Woohoo! So I am finally here. I'm finally at the border. It took me 4 months to get here, which is a lot longer than I thought it would. However, with the snow this year, it's a through hike. You take whatever's in front of you and crack on through. So the good thing is, looking at that, Oregon is and Washington less than 500 miles each, so they'll be sort of 3 weeks and 3.5 weeks compared to the 4 months it took from Mexico. So glad I'm here. Woohoo! Wow, so cool to have crossed the border. I'm in Oregon now. Woohoo! Wow, it's just, California's been absolutely amazing. I mean, such a variety of scenery, such wonderful people, and everyone tells me Oregon is stunning as well, so I've got that to look forward to. Fortunately, I didn't quite have the site to myself. I arrived as a largish group of southbounders smoking weed with their stuff just spread out everywhere. So I asked if they could just move a little bit of the gear, just enough for me to get the video. And they did. They were nice enough about it. But yeah, just sprawled across the path. Yeah, I'm not sure they're gonna stay there a while and have some celebratory smokes with side effects, and then they'll continue on. Oh wow. So California was 1,697 miles, which is 2,731 kilometers. And now in Oregon, this is 455 miles, which is 732 kilometers. And then Washington, 476 miles, which is 766 kilometers. So, as I said earlier, Oregon will take a relaxed 3 weeks. I'm planning on a Zero in Ashland, Nero and Sisters, and then attending trail days in Cascade Locks. And trail days is 16th and 17th of August. So that'll dictate how fast or slow that I'm going, because I want to be there for that. In Sayed Valley, I actually looked up the website and had a look at the schedule. It looks really neat. It's not just drooling over the gear, though I will enjoy that, but there's a whole lot of presentations and there's some movies and there's a whole lot of different things happening, so I think it's going to be really neat. It means that I could have pushed through Oregon a little quicker, had more time for Washington, but part of being here is the whole experience, and trail days is part of that experience. And Washington, 3.5 months, that's an average of 20 miles a day. And while it is a lot more hilly than Oregon, I think I'll definitely be capable of doing way more than that, so should be comfortable. And at 3.5 weeks, I've still allowed myself a little bit of a buffer before my plane home, because I want to do some shopping in the US for the cheap stuff, wash all my kit, and just relax a little bit first. Woohoo, right. The distances I gave won't match exactly what was on that border sign, just because the trail changes by a few miles here and there every year, for various reasons. So yeah, that's why if you got the calculator out and saying that my maths is wrong, it's not. The sign is a generalization.